Welcome back to the Speaking and Communicating podcast. I am your host, Roberta, and today I have Izzy Lobacz. He is a communications coach and a keynote speaker. And guess what? He is here to show you how to overcome stage fright, which is one of the things we've always discussed on this podcast, and also how to get started if you think that speaking has never been on your radar before. And before I go any further, please help me welcome Izzy. Hi, Izzy.
Hello, it's nice to see you and nice to hear you.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Glad for you to be here. Please help me pronounce your last name properly. I don't think I asked
yeah,
you.
Lobacz, but it's
Lobacz.
really hard for people to yeah. So I'm just saying that I'm easy because it's much easier to remember.
So Izzy Lobacz. Okay. And you're from which country again?
I'm from Poland.
Poland. All right. So we are really happy that you're on this podcast because this is one of the things we always try to help our listeners with, which is, first of all, how do I get started on a speaking career? And I never thought of starting because I'm scared. Just the idea of standing on stage and facing people, makes me prefer death over doing that. And also, how do I even know what to speak about? So I'm hoping that those are the things that we're going to address today.
Yeah, definitely. Um, when you said this, I immediately connect with some stories. So because I have an acting background, and when people hear this, telling me, "Oh, you have so easy," like because you get some you get some training and so on. But actually, like the people don't see the whole pathway, the beginning, how it just started. So when I was applying to the school, to the acting school, they told me that I'm deaf and stupid. Yeah. Exactly. So it's not always easy, and especially when you're starting. But now what really matters is your attitude, how you are able to handle this, because I've never seen the beginning that any speaker has an easy beginning, that they just get this. It's a pathway, it's hours of working, and people see just an effect, like the result of this. So they don't see how it goes, how many effort, how many courage you need to put into. So of course I failed these exams, and they told me to came back like in a 1 year, and I said I'm not gonna wait 1 year. So I knew that they're gonna be a second round in 3 months. So I just called my friend, like who's a pianist, and I told him that hey, they told me that I'm stupid and deaf, but just don't pay attention for this first one. Let's focus on the second one. Because yeah. So and his answer was simple. They just don't want to teach you. So they don't want to spend the time on you. They want to have like ideal product, which is not exist.
Ready made. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you just going into the school. You're supposed to learn this, not have it already. So so I answered. So how much time is gonna take to to hear the music, to be in tune, and so on? And he told me like 1 month. But how much time we have? I said 3 months we have. So I think we will manage. And he told me, oh, we're gonna do it twice and you're gonna have a holiday. So you see totally different attitude for the same person. So here is a belief in somebody and here is not. So it depends what we are looking for. So what I did, I did like training 3 times per week for this 3 months. And when I get again on the exam, they just ask me, okay, so Izzy, what have changed that you are
Even they
again
noticed.
here? Yeah, so that you are again here. And I said, I was singing, I was, um, doing everything connected with the music. So I was singing like when I was playing video games, when I was taking a shower, when I was cooking. And they told me, okay, so show us now. And when I stand on the stage, like my legs was like shaking, the breath was really like, I barely could breathe, but I knew what I've done through this 3 months. So I stand and I did it. So they were really impressed
Wow.
by the development through this, because if they told me that it's impossible, because this music teachers told me that it's impossible to make me hear in
And
tune.
you proved them wrong.
Yeah, and I did it like in 3 months.
Wow. Like
So
you said, it's your attitude. So what can you say to someone who's trying to do something and they keep having doors shut at them and everybody's saying you're not good enough?
it's not like this. I mean, if people put you in some boxes, it's their beliefs, not yours. And this is what you need to understand. So never let people like make you give up on something what you really want because of somebody beliefs. Just don't let it. Just don't let it do this.
But
So
also the moral of your story was that you worked on it. You recognized the weakness. You said, okay, they're not going to stop me, but there is something I need to work on. So it's the self-belief plus the hard work.
sure, like without the work, it's nothing gonna change. Yeah, so we need to think about that. We gonna work it out. We need to work it out. So otherwise, if you don't spend a time on something, it's not gonna happen to you, because it's impossible to develop yourself when you don't spending a time to do it. Yeah, I don't know this kind of cases where you just didn't do it, but you but you know how to
Suddenly
do it.
happened by miracle. No,
Yeah, like it's a not miracle. So
right.
and remember also that like you need to try hard is the first thing. The second one, if you're going up to the hill, it's not gonna be easy. I was struggling. I was hearing that I'm not in tune. I was really frustrated about this, but he was leading me through the whole journey. So I just truly trust him and following. So for me, it was like I completely didn't know what I'm doing, but I was doing what somebody told me because I was putting a lot of trust that he gonna make it.
It it sounds to me like a coaching or mentoring relationship.
Sure, definitely.
What can you say about the value of having that type of person on your corner when you're working towards something?
It's really good to have this kind of person, because it's much faster. I mean, you can achieve something which is impossible for others if you're gonna if you're gonna listen proper people which gonna help you. Because now if I would listen them, my self-esteem just would be decreasing. It's gonna decay and lower. But I'm really stubborn. Like if somebody is telling me like you're not gonna do it, yes, I'm gonna do it even more. So
Stubborn,
it's
but stubborn in a good way, in a way that solidifies your self-belief. Because I mean, there are people who are stubborn to their own destruction, but you are stubborn in a good way, in a way that benefits you.
exactly
Yeah.
the stubborn, be stubborn, but not stupid stubborn. So
I
it's
like that.
so you need to understand when there is a stop loss, because before I was really stupid stubborn. Like I was doing and doing and doing, and I knew that I'm gonna lose more, that I'm gonna gain from this,
Mhm.
but I was doing just to prove somebody
So
that
you
I'm gonna.
the attitude towards it was not in the right, you were not in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
you need to always, what you want to look at, it's like long term of consequences,
Mhm.
or long term of achievement, or long term of whatever, because you don't think about a life in the way, oh, it's gonna be over tomorrow. No, nobody think like this.
Yeah, no, no.
So this is like a kind of a plan. You need to get a kind of strategy. So sometimes it's not, there is no sense to just pushing, but still, like with a public speaking, push anyway, like, because this is your long-term goal. It's not a short term. It's you're gonna get a lot of things. You're gonna get a lot of value if you gonna work on this, if you're gonna
Mhm.
master this. So just keep doing anyway. Like you can struggle a lot, but you still need to keep doing. So, or for example,
So how
um
do people, let me interrupt you, sorry.
yeah, sure.
How does someone start a public speaking career if they've never spoken before in front of a crowd?
Okay, so how I would start,
Hmm.
like, you here now we are talking, correct?
Right?
Yeah, so this public speaking, in the public speaking there's no difference. I mean, people need to stop focusing that it's me versus them. It's not like this. It's like the perspective is we. Look
Mhm.
at this. Why? Because when people coming, or when people are listening to you, they want value. There's something which is interest them. They don't want to be bored when they listening to you.
Of course
So
not.
yeah, so it's not that they're gonna be judging you. They're gonna help you. They're gonna support you.
They're railing for you to succeed. Yes.
Yeah, because your success is them success, their success. Yeah, so
Mhm.
it's nonsense to think like, oh, they're gonna judge me. No, just
No, they
courage
don't.
yourself.
That hasn't been my experience. And then people ask me usually, so when you speak, how do you know what to speak about if you've been assigned to speak?
Yeah, um, I'm truly believe that everybody has something to say, which gonna impact somebody's lives, and this is should be our motivation going on the stage or talking to people, to give value, to inspire, to share our knowledge, because people can use this and can get, and they can gain a lot of more.
Hmm.
So
And
if
so the impact you can make, I usually say it comes from your own story, because that's the one place when you go to your inside of you, the deepest part of your soul, and you actually talk about your own experiences, what you've had to overcome, what you've learned, that's when it connects with other people.
exactly, because look what I started with the story.
Mm, yes, right.
So people like to listen stories because it's like, it's from the middle age and paleolithic age and so on. Just people, we are human beings, so it's naturally that we are telling stories,
Mm-hmm.
because we can connect with this emotionally, and this is what we actually need, like emotional connection with our audience.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always encouraging people to don't think about themselves, because look what people are used to do. When people look at their presentation, what they see, there is a stage, there is a speaker, there is an audience, and how they gonna describe, I'm on the stage, I'm doing this, I'm speaking about this, here are my visuals. It's all about, you know,
And
egocentric, like
mm-hmm.
about me. And this is the wrong perspective. We don't want to look at ourselves. This is totally not important here. What we want to look is how our audience behave.
And what they want to know right now, what's going to benefit them.
Exactly, because everybody thinks about
It for me.
themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
What's in it for me? Mm-hmm.
So they
Whatever
gonna
we
do.
talk about.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So they not gonna focus on you. They gonna all the time see through their perspective. And this is what when we understand this, the stage fright and anything, it's just disappearing, because you have totally different attitude. You are sharing a value. You are sharing something which is interesting for them.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to benefit them. So when you started being a communications coach, what are some of the things, what are some of the common threads that you find with your clients? What are some of the things that they've had to overcome to communicate better?
Sure. So it's quite okay. I'm gonna point it out 4 things which
Okay.
you need to work on or focus on if you want to have better communication or better results. Yeah. So firstly, you need to know what you do and how you do. This is the beginning. So you're looking at your idea, at your solution. So you need to understand what you do, how you do, and who are you talking to. This is the base for you to construct your communication. Because if you know this, if you're gonna ask this kind of questions, you're gonna get everything what you need. So this is the first step. The second step is your communication. So what kind of language do you use? And what kind of order? Because when you have a book, you how you read the book from page 1 to 2 to 3, 4, 5.
Chronological. Yeah.
You don't read the book like 2, 8, 19, 1. You're gonna mess, you know, you're gonna lose the connection with your audience. So you need to understand how they think about certain thing, and then you're gonna know what kind of order. So I'm gonna give you simple order, where is a challenge, where is a solution, where is a process. And
Right.
when you have this, there are a lot of structures which helps you with this. So you just need to find it out. When you type on the internet, for example, how to structure your presentation, you're gonna have like around 9 or 13. So I'm not gonna cover here, because this is all available on the internet. But you're gonna find what kind of structure you can use to be more understandable, because structures helps people understand your message, because they not wondering, they gonna know what gonna happens next.
Yes. There's an order to your speech or your presentation.
There is an order, exactly. So when you're using a proper language and you putting in a proper order, it's gonna give you a lot of you know, there is no space to misunderstand you. And you're building a context also, because the context, when I'm gonna tell you, think about the tree, what the tree looks like, everybody gonna describe different tree.
Based on their
So
perspective, yeah.
exactly. So what you want to do is like stand with them next to you, stand in the front of the tree and showing this is my tree.
Mm.
And you see exactly the same because we are standing next to each other. So you don't want to stand like one person is staying on the south of the tree and one person is staying on the north of the tree, because even though if you look at the same tree, your perspective is different.
Right.
So you want to look from the same perspective and at the same tree. And this is building you the context. So the order of the information, the language, and the context. This is like communication level. So this is the second step. The third one, you still need to somehow deliver it. Because when you are not able to do it, you just not provoke certain desire to provoke certain action. So here you need two things, actually, your self skills, because how we articulating, it's really impact on how we articulating thoughts and how we communicating, how we playing with the audience. It's
Yeah.
really important on the result. So this is really important. And the last thing is your public speaking skills. So how do you stand? How do you present your offer? This is how you deliver this, because some of us can speak slower, really slow. So everybody gonna understand this, like not gonna miss the words. But some of us can speak really fast and so on and so on. So for example, like Tony Robbins, he's speaking like all the time high
High energy, pumped
high
up.
energy.
But does everybody need to be like him though?
Nope.
Exactly. That's what I always say as well. Keep your personality, but acquire the skills. Don't try and be a carbon copy of someone else.
Of course, it's not gonna work. He has this kind of attitude, this kind of voice tone and anything. And you don't need to really be somebody else. You can be really you and present as a you. So we don't need to do a lot of things. We just need to focus on what we want to say, and our presentation skills gonna resonate immediately. We're gonna use it because we are thinking not what to do with hands or how to do visuals, but we are thinking what we want to share. So they're gonna get the value.
Yeah. Izzy, thank you so much for being here today. You've shared such valuable information with our listeners. But before you go, please tell us, where can we find you on social media if we want to know more?
Yeah, sure. I'm mostly on a LinkedIn, so there is my main source. So if you want to find me, just type easy. So like easy, like easygoing.
IZZY.
Exactly. And you're gonna find me.
Izzy Lobacz. IZZY LOBACZ.
Exactly.
Okay, on LinkedIn. So that's where everybody can find you.
Exactly. Here is my the hottest social media source. So
I like that. Calling LinkedIn the hottest social media. You've shared some great tips with us on how to get started with public speaking and overcoming stage fright. It's been wonderful having you here today. Thank you so much for being with us.
it was a pleasure, and I hope that you get some value. And last thing, if you're not gonna implement this, your knowledge is useless. So please do the first step and start to work on yourself, because this gonna give you result which you never ever dream of, really.
Very true. Izzy Lobacz.